Okay, apparently if I'm going to try to do a video like this, I can never get it on a day where, the sun is rising. Well, here's the thing. The sun is rising, but it's very cloudy out. Man, I mean, well, at least this weekend's gonna be nice. So, yeah. To put things into perspective, I'm actually attempting this video again. I'm smack dab in the middle of G.O.A.T Lake. For the record, I'm trying to pan the camera slowly, not only so you can get a good view of everything, but I am roughly where the deepest part of G.O.A.T Lake is, which is around 186 feet deep. Hey, I still remember stuff from that Seneca Lake video. And so if I drop my phone out here, it is going to be game over. So yes, I am out here. I really wish it wasn't cloudy, but, you know, make do with what you can. But you know what, I do practice safety, you know. Have a life jacket on, of course. And it actually goes with my red shirt, so that's nice. Yeah. I'm actually really glad I did it when it's, like, incredibly calm, because I'd be bobbing around a lot more than I would be. So, a year ago, I actually made a very, very grave error when I actually went over the parts of the jet ski, and I'm going to rectify that right now. Full disclosure, I don't think it's been a full 365-day year, but I do know when I did a video like this, it was in 2018. It is now 2019, so I'm going to rectify that right now. And that is, there's no fire hydrant in here. There is a fire extinguisher, okay? That's what I meant to say. There's a fire extinguisher for in case, you know, the jet ski I am riding right now is on fire. Oh yeah, right. I am riding on my jet ski. Yeah, that's here's a throttle. Yeah, throttle. You know, this turns on the this turns it on. Didn't really mean to do that. Yeah, but that turns it on. This is the choke that when you first try and turn it on, you know, you gotta like pull this, you know, press the button at the same time, and that's supposed to get it to go. This is actually the key to what, you know, gets it started. You know, I'd take it off right now, but I don't want to have to go through the trouble putting it back on. It's actually a lot worse when your hands are wet, by the way. So, yeah, that's, you know, difficult. You know, gas. Don't let the fact that the gas needle is near zero fool you. It's been broken forever. I think we've had I'm pretty sure we've had this jet ski for like 20 years. So, yeah. And the speedometer doesn't even work either. So, you know, that's even more upsetting. But, you know, everything is still the same year, you know, same as last year. You know, you have a compartment in here, you know, for towels, flares, the fire extinguisher. I'm going to make sure I don't make that mistake again. You know, over there is the, you know, where you fill gas. You know, when you need to, you know, obviously fill it with gas. I'm actually sitting on the compartment where you actually see the, for lack of a better analogy, gas chamber, or, you know, where the gas goes to fill up when you actually fill it up with gas. Next to it actually is an oil chamber as well, because this thing also needs oil to, you know, run as well. As for what I'm riding on specifically, you know, it's big enough for, you know, 2-3 people. Although, fun fact, if you're trying to get your boating license in New York State, and obviously the rule is you can have 3 people, but you can actually, I actually didn't know you really, well, technically I did know you could do this, but my family has never really done it for obvious reasons, and that's, you can actually use this to take people skiing or tubing with. You know, obviously you have to have a driver who, in this case, it would be me, and, you know, the 2 passengers, you know, one would be tubing and the other one would be spotting. You know, spotting would indicate that, you know, if they fell in the water, then, they'd be able to tell me, I'd be able to go get them, etc. So, man, is it really peaceful out here. Let's see if I can do it. Oh yeah, this is an awesome, shot. This is, rad. Alright, so, and to put things into perspective, over down that way, that would be where Branchport is. Over that way is where Hammondsport is. And around where the bluff is, and if you keep going straight, that is where Penn Yan is. Hey, listen, I know this isn't necessarily exactly the center of Keuka Lake, but, I try. Plus, the water is going to, bob up and down a little bit. It's going to keep it from, being exactly center anyway. So, scariest thing actually happened on the way out here. I think I may have actually saw lightning. So, I'm going to get my buns moving, and I'm going to get out of here before I potentially die. I mean, I haven't seen lightning since. Maybe, because it came from over that way. But I'm not entirely sure what the weather is going to be like today. And if it is going to rain, I should probably get out of here. So, just like in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, I'm going to take you for a ride. We're going full speed right now! I should probably slow down so I don't disturb the beach! I thought I would try and catch Okay, so fun thing about jet skis in general is that when they stop, they have inertia. So this is going to be a little difficult to maneuver, but we'll have to try and see how this works out. Spin around. Okay. Okay, now really all it's left to do at this point is let the waves sort of carry me close to shallow water so I can get to the lift right there. Okay, let's see if okay, I think it worked. I think we're in. Okay. Hey, I did that without dropping the phone. That was very harrowing. Let me just, I need both hands for this. Excuse me. Hold on a second. Ah! There we go. Oh! I'm losing this guy. Hold on. There we go. Oh! 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 There we go. Whoa! Okay, I know I had this thing on straight earlier. Okay, I think one more oughta do it. Okay. Hey. Okay. So, yeah. Hold on. There we go. Let's walk out of the water for a moment. Huh. Guess well, again, safety first. I wore a life jacket and everything. That's fine. Yeah. So that was great. So yesterday I alluded to the fact that, Tony R's is actually on the verge of closing sometime in the next month. Now, for those of you who are new, and for those of you who don't know the story, when I did the meat course on my full course menu, I mentioned that it was the ribeye, and one of the best places to get that, as well as one of the best places I've ever had a Caesar salad, and as well as one of the best places where I've had the French onion soup, was Tony R's. And I'll never forget my first time there. It was when my late aunt, who actually passed away last December. It was actually 2008 when this happened, by the way. So, yeah, over 11 years ago. My late aunt took my brother, myself, and my cousin to Tony R's. And, you know, it was supposed to be like this new place, you know, fancy, you know, going to one day be the best food in town. At the time, I didn't know that. So I looked at the menu and I'm like, yeah, this menu is looking pretty expensive, but I do want a steak. So, oh, okay, I'll try and pick out the, you know, biggest and by extension best cut of meat for the best price. And, you know, looking at the steaks, you know, I saw what I would eventually become the thing I would order the most, which is their ribeye or their Delmonico. Now, if I recall correctly, it was about 18 ounces for $29, I think. Something in that neighborhood. Which, considering that another option they had for a steak was an 8-ounce filet that was like $35, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Delmonico was technically the better choice. But, yeah, there's that, and, you know, I've been ordering the Delmonico there ever since. Unless it's Saturday, because that's when I get their slow roasted prime rib. But the slow roasted prime rib and the Delmonico are the exact same cut. Yes, they are. But they are prepared differently. See, the Delmonico is grilled, whereas the prime rib is slow roasted. Which actually is very different. Different taste, but same quality. All around, it's awesome. And my rule of thumb, I mean, again, Tony R's has their sides come a la carte. Again, I said that this place is kind of expensive. this really is the place you go when you have the if and when you have the cash to burn. In fact, for the purposes of this video, I actually brought something with me. Let me get it for a second. I actually got this as a gift a little while ago. If I can just simply get out for a moment. These are what gift certificates from Tony R's looks like. For the record, each one of these is $25. But yeah, they don't mess around, do they? Yes, I really did bring these out here for the sake of showing just how fancy and extravagant Tony R's is. So I was mentioning their sides. Now, if it was just, say, me, oh, holy cow, there was a big fish that just flew by. Anyway, if it was, say, just me or, say, one other guest, we most likely would not get sides. But if you have, like, say, 3, 4, 5 people, someone is going to want them. That's just fact. So, my rule of thumb is, if you are getting the Delmonico or Silver Prime Rib, if it is a Saturday here, you know, if you are going to get sides, the ones I recommend the most would be the sauteed mushrooms and the caramelized onions. Because, you know, what goes better on a steak than sauteed, you know, vegetables, particularly if they are mushrooms, onions, or peppers for that matter. You know, I mean, they don't have sauteed peppers at Tony R's, but, you know, if they did, I likely would recommend them as well. So there you go. But, you know, there are other sides there that I have had, because, you know, again, I never order sides, but I have been there, you know, with my family on numerous occasions. So, again, someone's going to want them. In this case, it was actually my brother. You know, he would order the cream spinach. You know, that's always good. Let's see, the scalloped potatoes, or was it the scalloped potatoes we get, or it was the scalloped potatoes. I think so. It was one of their potato dishes. I am so sorry. The name escapes me at the time. I'm very sorry. But yes, it is very much in danger of closing because the owner is, you know, he's elderly and, you know, kind of getting sick. So that's just how life works, I guess. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope Tony R's keeps going for a long time, because I do have a lot of good memories. In fact, I dare say my best memory ever was the very first time I ran the Wine Glass Marathon. We went to Tony R's for a celebratory dinner. Yep. So, suffice to say, well, actually, not only that, but on special occasions when it was just myself and my grandfather on my mother's side, we would most likely go there. See, believe it or not, my grandfather on my mother's side lives up at G.O.A.T Lake, which is where we are right now, all year round. In fact, he lives about just around 3 miles outside of Hammondsport on the west side. Oh, ducks. That was the sound of ducks like swimming by. Anyway, so yeah, Hammondsport would be that way, and he's around like 3 miles on the west side, which is over yonder. So the fact that he lives all the way up here, and you know, I live, you know, in the Big Flats Horseheads area, you know, Tony R's is, well, technically it's closer to me, but you know, it's definitely a lot better than him to make the trip over to, you know, Horseheads. So, you know, that works. And so, yeah, suffice to say, Tony R's is pretty special to me. And I'm absolutely positive it's special for a lot of people in the city of Corning, or Big Flats, or Horseheads, or even some people from Elmira, I bet have probably been there. Because funny enough, Tony R's is not the only restaurant that family I just mentioned owns. In fact, there's actually a place in Horseheads called Tonino's. It's okay, but it doesn't hold a candle to Tony R's. I'm sorry, Tony R's is just so much better. It is. I mean, I've been to Tonino's a couple of times. My family's been, well, I've only been to Tonino's once, and that was, believe it or not, for an after party for a high school play. It was when we did You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown at Horseheads. My family actually went there once, and for whatever reason, sorry, I got a bug in my eye. They didn't really like the experience. So, take that as you will. You know, again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Tony R's lasts forever. Oh, there's the ducks again. They're cute. Cute ducks. That's awesome. And, yes. Although I did notice one thing before I, end this off. It is my mortal enemy, seaweed. Oh, vile weeds. I hate how on the surface you feel fine, but underwater you feel all nasty. I don't like that. Vile weeds, as Newman would say on Seinfeld. Yes. And again, I actually thought about doing the video where I fell backwards off of this ladder into the water, but as you can see, my uncle's boat lift is a little too close to the, farther to the right than it was a year ago, so I think you can piece together what would happen if I tried doing that again. So, yeah. Not really. Oh, cool. Oh, we just missed a fish just jumped out of the water. Darn it. Oh well. So, yeah. There's that. You know, again, it should still be a pretty decent weekend. And just because it's cloudy doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Huh. Maybe I guess I was wrong about the whole lightning thing. I swear, I saw a flash of lightning as I was getting out in the middle of the lake ready to do that video. I have no idea what happened. And wow, I didn't really expect this video to be that long. Well, then again, when you have I guess, not that I was looking at the clock because, I had to keep an eye on the metaphorical road that